And just getting back to working on this figure, and just kind of got the general form all kind of worked in, just putting in muscles. So you can get round general shapes and then kind of carve them in. A little bit of refresher on the old anatomy. Don't always have a lot to say. And sometimes I just talk and talk. And I've been working on this thing for Lord knows how long. I think I bought the wood like 2.5, 3 years ago. Glued it up about a year ago. And then really started carving it in the past year. Find a certain knife that I want to carve with. More of just a lazy day, or chill day. In the shop, getting back to this equally or an enemy figure. You never know what you're doing, and then you just start and you figure out what the mistake was and then try to fix the mistake. I always really liked this knife. One of my teachers in college gave me one just like it. It's from some Swedish knife making company, Kamora. And this laminated steel, so it has like really hard steel in the middle. So it keeps an edge and softer edges, softer steel on the side, so it's easier to sharpen. Yeah, I just set a timer so I could just go for 20 minutes and not have to do much editing, just make it a straightforward video. And I usually, but from having this weird conversation with YouTube and some desire to see it grow. Yeah, this is basswood. It's got an interlocking grain, so usually it doesn't split too much, but it still has a grain. Interlocking meaning that, like, you know, when you trying to cut firewood, you get the axe and you split it. It doesn't like to do that as easily. It still has some grain to it, but the grain interlocks. Still gotta know what's way the direction's going to it. Yeah, I always talk about the. I forgot everything. I just do stuff. Something about a relief cut. A sizing cut, relief cut. Sometimes I use the power tools. And I don't know if it actually saves much time. It just seems like I'm doing something all at once. Making a big mess is usually what it is. used to have dreams of making a living out of it, but I don't think actually as productive with it as I need to be able to make a living at it. So it's my hobby, and it makes me happy in some way. Doing strenuous labor in my free time can make me happy. You know, it doesn't always work that pretty, but see, it wants to go that way. I kind of want to carve it that way, but then the green gets in the way. One day I'll get around to figuring out how to do a better photographs or imaging of it, so you can get a better vision of what's going on with the grain. It's all this kind of weird, quiet conversation with the wood. It's been highly changed. Just going in cold. Usually I'm just kind of going in at it, going blind as I get older. So I gotta wear your glasses. And you know, you watch the YouTube videos and how you're supposed to make better videos, and it tells you that you gotta figure out how to talk to the camera and not feel like you're talking to yourself. And arrow. Yeah, I guess this is the relief cut. I don't know. Get stuck in the weeds trying to figure out the right words for everything, so just doing it. Don't know where I came up with it, but someone mentioned it, something about N-1 procrastination. And that's where you do all the things kind of related to the thing you want to do, but so you're keeping busy, but you're not really doing the thing that you want to be doing or you're supposed to be doing. So you're not literally procrastinating because you're doing something. You're N-1. I think it's like N supposed to be some kind of mathematical variable like X and Y. So I can spend weeks at times just piddling around the wood shop, not cleaning, if I feel like the mass is getting in the way of making something. I usually like to have more of a positive outlook or conversation. Just some days a little more irritated than others, don't know why. Get old. I think all that time spent N-1 procrastination maybe is why I'm irritated. More feeling like I have to talk to myself. But I guess I'm making these YouTube videos as a way to help motivate myself to do something. Disguising the procrastination, having some kind of external reason for doing it. A deadline. Thinking about times I was most productive was usually in college. I went to art school, and we'd have to have these critiques every week or 2 or 3. Sit around and try to make each other cry. It seemed as though it's for entertainment of people. Yeah, but gives a certain degree of self-awareness by getting what other people's thoughts are on the work. And at some point you're just like, I don't care, I just want to do the thing I want to do. There's no real meaning to the world other than some kind of overly sentimental connection to the way things used to be. Romanticizing that, or who knows. Lost my pencil. Got another pencil, but it's not the same one. Maybe it's a way for me to play with dolls and get away with it. I'm looking for that knife. And then I'm like, oh, asking people to watch me work, and I'm talking, and it's filled with negativity and not being grateful that someone's given the time of their life, moments of their time that they'll one day wonder if they best spent their time. Why in the world did I spend the time watching some guy cut on wood, complaining about nothing? But sometimes, if you're not complaining, you're not having fun. Oh. Someone once told me, it was a friend, to spend time in the studio at least 3 hours a day, so that when something happens, you'll be there. So I spent all that time power carving with things, but it creates this surface I don't like, or it's kind of rough. So I come along and clean it up with a chisel. Going to that romanticization of seeing things done by hand in the age of automation. Getting close to robots doing what I can do, or everyone can do, and do it better. So maybe there'll be more of a value placed on things done by actual humans in a sentimental way to give ourselves value in the future. That maybe we could have done something similar in quality to the robots. Think about that South Park episode. They're coming for our jobs. Probably not. Just not enough of us to fill the jobs that need to get done for everything to be constantly growing. The sound quality on this is probably so bad it just sounds like I'm mumbling to myself. Opening myself up to embittered comments. I'm expecting my daughter to come visit me. She might be wandering down here in a few minutes. And there she is. Daisy!
Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Good times. You can stop. We're not live streaming. I think they got the belchy in.
Put the burp in.
I love you.
I love you. Are you making mussels?
Yeah, carving mussels. I was just like bemoaning, it's like talking to myself and carving and trying to talk on video.
Hi, video.
I guess we should turn it off now. All right. Can you press the button? We're going to do an unedited one. So